everyone, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we are going to make something that's going to blow your ever-loving mind. We're going to make pizza sauce with pumpkin. There are no tomatoes in this pizza sauce. It's pumpkin. It has the flavors of fall or autumn, and it is surprisingly delicious.
I vouch for that.
When your husband says it's really good, you know it's good, and I think you're gonna love this. We're gonna be using this in a couple of recipes coming up on the channel, but we gotta start with the sauce. So let's go see how this all comes together. We are going to make a pumpkin pizza sauce today. Now, don't wrinkle your nose, okay? Don't turn away. I promise you it's going to be delicious. Now, this is not like flavored like pizza. It's flavored like pumpkin. It's flavored like
fall.
Like fall. That's great. Yeah, perfect. We have a 15-ounce can of solid packed pumpkin puree. This is not pumpkin pie mix. It's solid packed pumpkin. 1 cup of diced onion, 1 cup of diced sweet bell pepper. Now this is an orange pepper because that's what I had in my fridge. You can use a red bell pepper or a yellow bell pepper. We're also using 3 cloves of garlic, 1/2 cup of good quality Parmesan cheese. For our spices, we're going to use a teaspoon of poultry seasoning. I'm using my homemade version. I'll leave a link down below and in an iCard where you can find my recipe. A teaspoon of rubbed sage, 1/2 teaspoon of dry thyme, 1/2 teaspoon of dry marjoram, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. I saw that. Don't wrinkle your nose at the nutmeg. I promise this will not taste like a pumpkin pie. We also have 1/4 cup of olive oil. This is extra virgin. You can use whatever you have on hand. If you don't have olive oil, you can use vegetable oil. Easy peasy. We'll be right back and we'll start cooking this up. All right, we've got the skillet going. I heated up the oil, and now we're just going to saute off all of our veggies.
That smells so good.
It really does smell amazing. So I've got the onion, the bell pepper, and the garlic going on in here. We're just going to saute these until the onion is a little bit translucent, and it's going to be perfectly fine if that onion gets a little bit caramelized. It's not going to be a problem at all. So we're going to be back when all of the vegetables are ready for us to move on to the next step. All right, our veggies are done sauteing, and you can see some of them have a little brown on them, and that's fine. You don't want to take this like to total caramelization, for real. So what I am going to do now though is I'm going to toast our spices in here with this sauteed veggies and just get them hydrated up in that nice oil, and it's going to help them to bloom and bring out their flavor.
That smells even better.
Right? Oh man, it smells like Thanksgiving up in here. If you are so inclined, you can feel free to saute these vegetables in some bacon nectar if you have some on hand, aka leftover bacon fat. I didn't think that far ahead, and I just went ahead and did olive oil. Olive oil is like super friendly. Everybody usually has it on hand, and this recipe is vegetarian if you're of that proclivity. And also, if you wanted to make this vegan, you can just leave the cheese out that I'm going to put in it and use nutritional yeast instead. That will make this completely a vegan dish. Now we're going to go ahead, I'm going to turn the heat down, and I'm gonna add the pumpkin, and we may or may not need to add a little liquid. When you're talking about making a pizza sauce, you don't want pizza sauce to be super runny, but this may need a little bit of chicken stock, or water will be fine. Okay, I do find this to be a little on the thick side, so I'm gonna start adding some chicken stock, a couple of tablespoons at a time. I've poured myself 1/2 cup. You do want this to be like sauce. You don't want it to be like mashed vegetables, like paste, right? Oh, it smells so good. Okay, I still find that to be a little on the thick side, so I'm gonna go ahead and start adding in a little more. You can add water, it doesn't matter. Right now we're at 1 cup of chicken stock, and that's perfect. You just want to simmer this for a minute. But I am going to add a tablespoon of maple syrup. You don't have to if you don't want to. If you don't have maple syrup on hand, you can use honey or agave nectar, or you can leave it out altogether. It's completely up to you. Now, I didn't add any salt to this because I'm going to be adding some Parmesan cheese. But I am going to turn off the heat before I do that. This is the perfect consistency for a pizza sauce. and you made it with pumpkin. Another thing I did want to mention too is, you know, there are people who are allergic to tomatoes. This is a nice alternative to be able to make a pizza sauce that you can enjoy. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the Parmesan cheese in here. Just give it a good stir. I'm going to let it sit and melt in there. This is going to add good saltiness to your sauce, and it's going to add a little more creaminess as well. And your sauce is ready. I'm going to give it a taste just for seasoning. That's really good.
Yeah, a touch of salt.
I think it does need a little salt.
Yep.
You should salt this to your liking, but I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit. Not too much, like a half a teaspoon. Stir it in.
Much better.
Oh, that's good. Oh, y'all.
Eat the whole pan.
You could just eat it with a spoon. It's that good. Oh, man. Who knew? Pumpkin pizza sauce. And I will say, this is not an original idea, but the other day when Rick and I were brainstorming on different things to do in the run up to Thanksgiving, he's like, what if you made a pizza with pumpkin? And I'm like, what? And then I'm thinking, well, now that he said that, my brain started working, and I thought, well, you could make a sauce out of pumpkin and make a harvest pizza with it, or make a pasta bake with it.
I originally said a Halloween pizza.
Is that what it was?
Uh-huh.
When it grew into this. That is how you make pumpkin pizza sauce with just a few simple ingredients, and it packs a powerful flavor punch. It's not overpowering, but it's really, really delicious.
It really is good.
I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you're new to my kitchen and you wandered over here looking for pumpkin pizza sauce, well, I'm glad you found it, and I'm so glad to welcome you in. It's always a pleasure to have new friends join me. Please be sure and hit that subscribe button. And as always, if you are a tried and true member of the Noreen's Kitchen family, be sure and hit the bell notification button, because we don't want any of you to miss out on all the real food for real people, real easy recipes that we present all the time right here on our YouTube channel and straight from our kitchen. I hope you give this pumpkin pizza sauce a try sometime soon, and I hope you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya.